Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Andrew.
And welcome to Cooking Stage Left, the show where we teach you how to make something delicious.
So Megan, what are we making today?
So today we are making something called a wacky cake. It is sometimes also called a depression cake because it was really popular to make during the Depression because you don't need milk, you don't need eggs, and you don't need butter.
That is wacky.
That is wacky, right?
Wacky.
Exactly. It's totally wacky. Yeah, you actually use baking soda as a leavening agent. Yeah. So baking soda and vinegar. So we'll talk about all of that. It's delicious, but yeah, we're making a wacky cake today.
All right, here we go. Curtains up, burners on.
Okay, let's go through our ingredients list. Cool. So to start off, we're going to start off with flour.
Regular all-purpose.
Regular all-purpose flour. If you want to make it gluten-free, you can actually substitute a 1-to-1 ratio gluten-free flour. So baking flour.
Good to know.
Work. Yeah, exactly. We also need some sugar.
Sugar.
Delicious. Mm-hmm. And then we need some cocoa powder.
Cocoa powder.
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. Yay.
Yum. Unsweetened cocoa powder. And then we need 2 ingredients that are going to be the leavening agents. So we have baking soda and we're going to be using vinegar. Today we're going to be using a rice vinegar. But you can use whatever vinegar you want.
That's the cool part about this thing.
Yeah.
You can use any kind of vinegar you want. It's just like volcano.
Exactly. That's exactly
it. Cake races. Yeah.
It's a volcano cake. Yeah. Exactly. And then we're going to need some vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yum.
Yum.
Also some oil. You can use whatever.
Again, any kind of oil, veggie. Yeah, any
veggie oil you want, yeah. A pinch of salt.
Salt.
Yay.
In there.
And then to finish it off, we're going to be using some powdered sugar.
All right.
Yeah.
The cool thing I like about this is that oftentimes you have all this stuff on hand.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you have to go like, oh, I'm out of eggs. Oh, I'm out of butter. I am out of whatever. It's like a lot of times this is just in my cabinet. So you can have chocolate cake like any time.
Yeah.
You might have to fill in a couple of things. But that's it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have like a bunch of vinegar around and it's about to, you're just like, I need to get rid of some of this. It's perfect.
Make chocolate cake.
Make chocolate cake. Exactly. Yeah. Just do that.
Better do it just to be safe.
Yeah. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah. All right, let's dive right in. So the really cool thing about this recipe is you can actually make it right in the pan that you're going to cook it in. So you don't need to get like a whole... Exactly. So this is an 8-inch round. You can do a 9-inch round. You could do a 9x9 square pan. You could do an 8x8 square pan. Just use something that whatever you have in your kitchen is going to work. This is very forgiving. Okay. So we're going to do 1.5 cups of flour to start. That was loud. That was great. There we go. Shh. Okay. And then we're going to add a cup of sugar. Yeah, we're mixing all of our dry ingredients together right now is what we're doing to start off. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to add a pinch of salt. Just pinch however much you want. There you go. That's perfect. It's perfect. And then we're going to do, let's see, 1/3 cup of the, excuse me, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder.
Got it.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's so nice.
I think it's a little light.
Oh, a little bit of extra? Oh, no.
I think it was a little light, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little, It's always good to be on the safe side, And then we're going to add our baking soda, and we need a teaspoon of baking soda.
Got it. Teaspoon.
There you go. All right. Oh, I got stuck in there.
It's all clingy today.
It's a little bit clingy today. All right, yeah, so and then what you want to do is you want to mix it so it's nicely mixed together. Not too many lumps or anything. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good to me.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be perfect. It's fine. It's combined. It's good. Now what we're gonna do is in a separate container, we are gonna get a cup of water, which we forgot to mention in the ingredients list, but we do need a cup of water. Okay, so in that cup of water, you're going to add a tablespoon of the vinegar. Excellent. And you need a teaspoon of vanilla.
In here as well?
In there as well, yeah. You're gonna put that in the water as well. There's a lot of vanilla in here, which I'm a really big fan of.
Okay.
All right, and then finally, we're going to need 1/3 of a cup of oil. Now that should be in a separate container from the water mixture, so we're just gonna be 1/3 of a cup of oil.
It's interesting how we were talking about how, off camera, we were talking about how there's like many versions of this recipe, but it's kind of all the same thing. I learned it that you put all your dry ingredients there and then you make little wells. And you put your oil in one and your vinegar in one, and
oh really?
Yeah, and then you mix it all together. Yeah, and that's another the Maxi
interesting.
thing. So yeah, the wacky thing. Yeah.
That is the wacky thing. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
there's a lot of versions of
Yeah.
this. I mean, that makes sense, right?
Okay.
Okay, so then go ahead and add the oil into the dry ingredient mixture. There we go.
Yep.
And then you're going to add the water mixture
Okay.
in there as well. Okay, so then now what you're just going to do is just sort of mix it all together and make sure it's really well mixed.
And another thing, because you don't have like the butter and the eggs and everything, you don't need a hand mixer for this. You
No.
don't need to throw it into your KitchenAid or anything. You
No,
just
no.
do it like they did in olden times.
Exactly.
Mix it right in there.
Yeah. That's everything.
That's the whole thing. There
That's
you go.
the whole thing. So now you want to stick it in your oven at 350 for between 35 and 45 minutes. What you want to do is just, after about 35 minutes, just like stick a toothpick or maybe a knife in there just to make sure that it comes out clean. So yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
going in the
here we
oven.
go. Here we go. And then we can eat the batter because there's no eggs in it. So we're allowed to, exactly. See?
It doesn't stop me anyway, I'm not gonna lie.
But now you don't have to feel guilty about it.
I have dozens of eggs in here and I'd be fine with it.
It'd be
They're pasteurized nowadays.
fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. That's good.
That's good.
I'm already liking it.
All right.
It's already really good. Yummy. All right, so our cake is done. Ended up needing about 45 minutes in the oven.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Yeah.
Closer to 45 minutes. It's been cooling for a while, so it's ready to be
Still just a little bit warm, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you can frost this, but we're going to be putting some powdered sugar on there. Because that's, it gives a little bit of extra sweetness and it's just really easy to do. Obviously, if you feel like you want to add frosting or some other topping, it would be good with ice cream, I think, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Fresh whipped cream.
Whipped cream, yeah,
berries,
that's another one.
Jam, anything.
Yeah. Sorbet, maybe like a raspberry sorbet
Okay,
would
so
be
the
really
first
good.
piece did not come out that pretty.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Could have changed the taste. It's
Yeah.
like the first pancake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see, this is a really moist cake, so it does hold the heat for a long time.
Good point. Yeah. Okay. You've got some extra cake bits in here that I'm just going to scoop onto your plate because it fell off the bottom of your cake.
Yeah, that's great. Perfect.
Yeah. So
Yeah, look at that.
it can be more attractive.
It's fine. It's gonna taste great no matter what.
I'm going to
so.
use my favorite way of distributing powdered sugar
that's
here.
such a great idea.
Use a little T-ball.
Yeah.
little
Oh my gosh,
sifter.
look at that. That works so well.
Here's our chocolate cake. There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's dive right in. That's so good.
So delicious. It's so chocolatey,
Right?
and it's not a lot of cocoa powder.
It's not. It's actually not.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I like it because it's kind of, I think because it doesn't have, milk and butter and eggs in it. Like, it's so light. Even though it's an intense flavor.
Yeah.
It doesn't, how some cake, it's like after you
It's
eat
not a
whole
fudgy
slice.
cake. It's a light.
Right.
It's a
It's a very light cake.
light cakey cake. Which is amazing too because you make this and we didn't use cake flour. We used just regular all-purpose cake or all-purpose flour, and it comes out again. The crumb is so beautiful on it. So delicious. Again, not fudgy in texture, but fudgy in flavor. It's got a dark chocolate flavor to it.
Yeah.
Which again is incredible because it's not that much cocoa powder.
No, not at all.
I love that it's still just a little bit warm, but
Oh, yeah, so good.
we'll see if we let it cool off before we eat the rest of it because it's not that big of a cake.
It's not huge.
It's only like an 8 by 8, right? Look how much we ate already. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good amount, yeah. So there you go. That's your wacky cake.
All right. Once again, I'm Andrew.
I'm Megan.
And this has been
Cooking Stage Left. No squeaky toy for you. Basically, turbindo sugar, explain what that is. Just
Turbindo sugar has, I think, just a little bit of molasses on it. I honestly don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't it just mean it hasn't been like bleached or something?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. We'll look it up and figure it out later.
It's a good story. Wish I knew it. I just don't like white sugar. I do remember one time somebody asking me that, and I was like, made a joke. I was like, oh, well, they put it in a turbine, and they were like, really? I was like, no, that's bullshit. But then I looked it up, and it does have something to do with a turbine.
Does it really?
Yeah.
It's a minimally processed raw cane sugar with large golden brown crystals and slight caramel flavor for retained molasses.
Yes. It has something to do with molasses.